I'll let you take a guess of where I'm heading right now. Is it the gym or is it a coffee shop? It's a coffee shop. It's Tuesday. It's a new week. Went to the gym early this morning. Got it out of the way. Today I'm working on my strip board for my film, which is basically just like, let's say a film has 15 scenes and there are 2 weeks of filming, or let's say specifically 4 days of shooting. Somebody's got to schedule out when each scene's going to be shot on which day. That's what I'm doing. There are an unholy amount of speed bumps on this campus. Don't they know that I want to vlog on my way off campus? Sheesh. I think the general like rule of thumb is for every week of shooting that you have on set, give yourself 2 weeks of pre-production, of planning. And right now I'm sitting at, I have 2 weeks of pre-production already done, and I still have 4 weeks before my first weekend of shooting. And it's a 2 weekend shoot, 4 days. So fingers crossed, like I'm in a good spot. There's always room for things to go wrong, but I think right now, like I feel pretty good about where things are at, which is nice. Almost got in an accident. They were going like 40 in a parking lot, and they had the audacity to look at me like I was doing something wrong. I'm gonna be honest, the last few days have been a fairly big struggle with mental health. I always feel kind of weird like talking about it, like not even just like recording myself, but just in general. I think it's like this fear that like if I label what I'm feeling as like depression, there's somebody out there that has it worse than me that is gonna like call my bluff and be like, you think that's depression, you know? You don't even know half of it. But I think to some degree, like, I mean, I'm not the most educated man in the world, but you know, I've been medicated for depression in the past. So I think I feel it in a fairly real way. I think for me, there's like a difference between like, in general, I feel my emotions pretty heavy. So there's a lot of weight that can come with that sometimes, but there are periods where it becomes a little bit more than that, and that weight becomes crippling. And it's not always super rooted in like logic or reasoning. It just is like, I don't know how to describe it other than just like emotional depravity to the point where it becomes like physically crippling. Yeah, and then like there's just sometimes like some weeks where that's just like a little heavier. And this is one of those weeks, unfortunately. It's interesting, for about the last year, we're coming up on 2 years now, like I've been writing on the topic of like grief, of heartbreak, just because it's been like really readily available for me. Like it's just a topic that has not been hard to find in my life. And so like it's come really naturally, and there's just been a lot of processing through that topic. And like honestly like healing in that process too, which is great. Like I'm extremely blessed and thankful for that. But essentially like all of what I've written in the last 2 years has boiled down into this like project that I'm working on right now. It's like an 11-page script, probably a 15-minute film. And it's interesting, like as I get closer to production and inevitably closer to like the final product, like the words that I've had for grief and for heartbreak for so long are like kind of starting to leave. And I think in my mind what that means is like I'm starting to transition to something new. And I don't know what the new is yet, but I can like feel it. Like there's just something stirring in a new direction, which is really cool. I don't want to like call it the end of a season. I don't know. I don't know what the future looks like, but for so long when I sat down to write, the only thing that has come to the surface is just me expressing like the longing that I have for like purpose and value, and then like the hurt that I feel in the moment. But even in my own writing, like in the self-awareness that I have, what little amount of it, I'm starting to feel like repetitive. and like I have a need to express something else. I don't know what that is yet. I think I still need to just like kind of focus in on what I'm making right now, but I think that means that like next semester I have capstone. Inevitably I'm gonna make another film, write something new, and I'm feeling the sense of a new direction, which is something I haven't felt in a really long time. Which is good, like really good. So that's exciting. Alright, I think I've said what I can say for now. I think those are all the words I have. I'll show you the coffee shop, I guess.